Welcome into Stacking the Box yet again, live at Radio Row, right here in Las Vegas. I want to say sunny Las Vegas, but let's be real now, Malcom. Not super sunny. Malcom, welcome back. Final day together on Radio Row.
Absolutely, sir. Looking forward to the final day of Media Row, and we have some exciting guests. Hopping on today. We got Akbar Gbajabiamila, we got Saquon Barkley and Tommy DeVito. We have Avila, we have Brandin Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, and we have Bobby Okereke.
I'm really excited, man. It's been a great week doing this with you, Malcom. You've done a phenomenal job. Obviously, we are here, unified coverage of the Super Bowl with Special Olympics and FanSided, and it's been a joy working with you, man.
It's been a joy working with you as well, Sterling. If you had to say one highlight of this week, what would that highlight for you be?
Oh man. Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. How about that one?
Yes.
We'll go with the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. You actually had a chance to go to NFL Honors last night.
Yeah, I did.
Talk more about that experience.
Oh my goodness, Sterling. NFL Honors red carpet last night was incredible. Got to interview Tyrod Taylor, Gayle King, Andrew Whitworth, Jerry Jones.
Jones?
Yeah, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, Micah Parsons.
Wow.
Oh, man. Bijan Robinson of the Atlanta Falcons last night.
Yeah.
And then Kerry Champion, Taylor Rooks of Bleacher Report. It was awesome.
What was Jerry Jones like? I can't picture. We've talked to a lot of players.
Yeah.
We have not talked to an owner.
Yeah.
Now, especially the most hands-on owner in sports. What was it like talking with Jerry?
Jerry Jones, I gotta tell you, Sterling, was just very serene, just very welcoming as a person. You know, just very awesome to talk to. He was just phenomenal.
Everyone who is listening right now, as a heads up, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl and we can raise $1,000 for Special Olympics, so it goes for a great cause, Patrick Allen, co-host on Arrowhead Addict, is getting a tattoo. So this is a big deal. If you care about the community, you care about Special Olympics,
yes,
or even if you just care about seeing Patrick do something stupid, donate. Any amount counts. Picture Sarah McLachlan with the wings, the arms of an angel behind this, right? Let's do it. Let's get to $1,000. We are close. We are at about 865. So thank you guys so much. And again, it goes to a great cause.
And I've also had an exciting week as well. The Thunderbirds were amazing to interview. They gave me a nickname, and I love the nickname they gave me. They gave me Smooth. So I am going to absolutely keep that nickname. I love it, and it's been a phenomenal week. Can't wait to have Akbar Gbajabiamila hop on Stacking the Box shortly.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. And by the way, for everyone listening right now, if you've not downloaded the BetMGM app, you'll definitely want to take advantage of this limited offer. New users who sign up through our link must deposit $10 and place a first wager of $5 on any live bet. Once your bet is placed, you will instantly receive $158 in bonus bets. You'll get 2 bonus bet tokens of $50 and 1 $58 token, allowing you to make multiple wagers with your bonuses. This offer is only available if you sign up through our link, bit.ly/arrow158. You can find that link in the description below our stream, as well as scan the QR code on screen to start signing up. Again, the link is bit.ly/arrow158. This offer ends right after the big game, so don't miss out. Offers only available to new customers who are 21 plus and physically present in legal gambling states. Please remember to always gamble responsibly. Check the episode description for the link and full terms of the offer.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, we got a couple of bets earlier. Some betting advice from a betting expert. And I was told Rice over 67.5 receiving yards. I was told Kittle over 3.5 receptions, and Kittle over 47.5 yards receiving. I like all 3 of those. You don't have to do it. Don't blame me if it doesn't hit. But also, if you want to use it, the BetMGM app, that is the way to do it. And again, using our code, bit.ly/arrow158. Man, what a week.
What a week.
What a week, and we are nearly there. We are almost to Sunday, almost to the Super Bowl.
2 days away from the big game, Sterling. I'm telling you, It's going to be amazing. It's going to be it's going to be back and forth. Both teams are going to go at it. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be very close. But in the end, like I've said this to you all week long, and I'll keep uttering it. Kansas City, hands down, is going to win this game.
Hands down?
Yeah, hands down.
How close?
I got them winning by 3.
By 3, so it's a close game. Hands down, but still a close game.
Yeah, still a close game. Hands down, absolutely.
Why do you think the Chiefs win this game? Why do you feel so confidently about it?
I feel so confident the Chiefs are going to win this game is because Spags is going to dial up blitzes on Brock Purdy, and I feel like Isaiah Pacheco is going to have a big game. I feel like Chris Jones is going to have a big game. Karlaftis for Kansas City is going to be big as well. So I just think that Kansas City is just going to do enough to beat San Francisco.
Awesome. All right, Malcom.
All right, we got Gbajabiamila.
What's going on?
Sack in the Box.
Malcom.
You know him as former NFL player, current host of CBS, current host of The Talk on CBS, co-host of American Ninja Warrior, but he also is the voice of Thursday Night Football promos for Amazon Prime and was voted People Magazine's 2023 sexiest man.
I can see it. I can see it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
He's
man.
also brought to us by Experian.
Yes.
What are you doing with Experian right now?
Yeah, so Experian, I've partnered up with Experian now for several years, and they have Experian Boost, which is really out to help people boost their credit score, doing the simple things and simple responsibility that we do on a normal basis, right? Paying for your utility bills, paying for your streaming services. These things help to improve and boost your credit score. Experian Boost is revolutionary. It used to be people thought that you had to put yourself in debt by getting a credit card to try to improve your credit score. Well, they flipped that whole idea upside down and going, no, like you don't have to go do all of this craziness to improve your credit score. Yes. We want to help people improve it by giving them the opportunity to get credit for what they do already, taking care of business. Now, they did a survey, which is interesting because the people who are preparing to watch the game, that 30% of them said they don't have a financial game plan. And when you think about that, like think about going into a football game without a game plan. Like that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. It's a bad idea if you're going into a football game without a game plan. Well, 80% of those people said, you know what, they want to do something to improve their credit score. And so Experian has something else that they've just rolled out, which is, to me, it's genius. There's the, where is it? Here it is. They've got the Experian Smart Money digital checking account that allows people to set up a checking account. This is my actual card right here. Boom. Just tap it right there. I'll show you my number here. Hey. You gonna? He's over there trying to get the number.
Camera guy's coming out trying.
He's like, hold on, get that number.
Hey, we are in Vegas.
He's like, I'm gonna boost my credit, all right. But with this, you can set it up, and it's all embedded. The Experian Boost is embedded within the Experian Smart Money digital checking account. And all of that stuff that you're spending that that qualifies towards boosting your credit, it's simple, man. It's simple math. It's not the new math. It's simple math. You know what I mean?
I need simple math. I can hardly count to 21 in blackjack, so I need that simple math.
Akbar, let's talk about your career. I mean, I looked at your career. You went to San Diego State.
Yeah, go Aztecs.
You went to the Aztecs in the Mountain West. What was that transition like as a linebacker in college and into the NFL?
It was interesting. There was a lot of different transitions. Before I got to San Diego State, I was a basketball player at Crenshaw High School. I only played 1 year of high school football, so I had to make that transition. I got to college football on a scholarship and didn't know a lot about football because I'd only played it for 1 year.
Yeah.
And I remember my defensive line coach, Coach Ken Delgado, he said, I want you to line up on the guard. And I looked at him like, which one's the guard? And his eyes got big and was like, what? And he's like, this is the blank tackle. This is the blank guard. This is the blank center. And over there is the blank and blank tight end. And I never forgot it. And so whenever I would like line up, I would like, this is the blank, this is the this is the blank, this is the blank. I had to remember it that way in order to go. But I made that transition. But then when I got to the NFL, I had to make another transition from D lineman to outside linebacker, and that was probably one of the more challenging transitions just because it had a lot more levels to it. I had to understand coverage, I had to understand route concepts and what the quarterback is doing and all this other kind of stuff. So, but you know what? The great ones adjust. And so what I learned in that process, although I didn't have a prominent NFL career, I did learn how to make adjustments on the fly. And so I'm forever grateful for all the coaches that I had, from the late, great Marty Schottenheimer, and all those coaches who invested their time in teaching me and helping me transition.
Yeah, what is that like for a lot of people listening? Obviously, it's very unique. 4-3, 3-4 defense is going to be different. Going from defensive end to outside linebacker in those positions is going to be a little different. Can you give a little background to the schematic differences here?
Yeah, so in a 4-3 defense, which I grew up playing in college football and my first year in the NFL, it's hands in the ground. I'm a defensive end. I had to worry about like the power and the line movement and power run, pulling guards, pulling center, scoop block, down blocks, guys trying to push you out, fullback coming down. So those line progressions, I can do it with my eyes closed. But when you move one level back into the linebacker position, you have to drop into coverage. You have to figure out what the hook to curl is and what location is going to be, where the route depths are going to go. Hey, he's running an in route. What depth is he running the in route so you can jump in front or underneath? Or you've got, understanding like force. Oh, who has this? Cover 3, cover 2, cloud force. The corner has the outside edge. You're not responsible for that. So these things is unfamiliar to a defensive lineman. You're like, wait, what? So you're trying to play football and process all of this stuff, and these guys are running 4.3s and coming at you really fast, and you're thinking and trying to move fast. I wasn't slow. I ran a 4.59, but I'm trying to process all of that, and that was like, yo, this is a lot. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so, I struggled, but I eventually got it. There's a coach who's outside linebacker coach, Greg Minuski. Went on to become a DC for the Commanders for a very long time. But he taught me football, which helped me get into sports broadcasting. Had he never taught me that and spent that time investing in teaching me, I don't know that I would even had an opportunity to get into sports broadcasting because I didn't know the game like I thought I knew. So, did I call D linemen dumb? No. But on defense, they have the least responsibility when it comes to the overall scheme. If you're a dog, all you got to do is go beat that lineman in front of you and get to the quarterback. That's it. That's all you got to worry about.
You didn't call them dumb. You implied it. Let's be real. That they're not picking up on the implication.
Oh man, Akbar. During your time at San Diego State, while you're at San Diego State, did that help you in any way prepare for your career as a broadcaster?
You know what? No, not really. But I think what it did was intro me to something that I knew I was going to have interest in. It's funny because graduating with a degree in communications and emphasis in new media studies, nothing I did at San Diego State prepared me for what it is. It's like the evolution of broadcast had changed. Like there was no internet. Oh, there was internet, but there was no YouTube and streaming and all that stuff. That was not a thing, you know what I mean? So everything I learned about, I still remember learning about the red, the blue, the green, and the bars, and all this different stuff and signals, and I'm like, that stuff doesn't apply today. So it's moved so fast that it just was antiquated. And not that San Diego State is a great education, but that just lets you know how fast things have moved from, because there's a time that I spent that 5-year period playing in the NFL. So by the time I got out of the NFL, everything I had learned in college didn't apply anymore. It was done.
And then while you were in college back then, you didn't have social media platforms like X or Instagram or Twitter.
You did have MySpace.
You didn't have MySpace either.
You did have,
or Facebook for that matter.
Yeah. No, Facebook was not a thing.
Yeah.
So, American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
I know it's obviously different than NFL athletes, but what are some similarities and some differences? Because, I mean, the absolute strength these guys have, I've had a friend who tried to train for it and just, it blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's out here looking like Darren Sproles. Can you talk more about the American Ninja Warriors? Because I always find this fascinating to watch.
Yeah, I think the commonality between the American Ninja Warrior athletes and the NFL athletes, I probably will say short-term memory and the ability to adjust. And when I say short-term memory, meaning when something goes bad or something goes wrong, you have to forget it and keep moving forward.
Right.
And so they might have struggled on the obstacle before. If they get in their heads about that, going into the next obstacle, they're going to fail.
Yeah.
Same thing. You missed a catch and you're still thinking about the last catch that you
Right.
dropped going into the next play. Like, you got to, okay, it's done with. I did it. I'm going to improve.
Yeah.
It's done. A lot of people don't have that ability. Some people like to wallow in their mistakes and wallow in that.
Yeah.
So it's like, keep pushing.
Right.
I think the other thing is, like, to me, which is critical, is problem solving.
Yeah.
Being able to problem solve. Ninja Warrior, these athletes are coming out there and seeing obstacles for the very first time, and they have to problem solve on the fly. What happens when, in Kansas City, they give Brock Purdy a different look that he has not seen before?
Right.
That ball snaps, he's got to make adjustment.
Yep.
So my coach used to always say, sudden change. And we used to actually train and prepare for sudden change. What happens when you're in the middle of the game and there's a sudden change? How do you respond? That right there is the making of a great athlete, the ability to adjust and adapt to sudden change.
Final question here, Malcolm.
Final question for you, Akbar. Is there a contestant on American Ninja Warrior that would make it in the NFL?
Oh.
No, and the only reason why is because it's not a contact sport.
Right. Yeah.
If you get somebody 265 pounds, like that happened to me when I was with the Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks, and I had a guy coming, this dude ran a 4.4, he was 260 pounds, 6'3", and was running full speed. He hit me so hard, it literally bent my face mask. This is iron.
Nope.
And that's when I knew, I was like, oh shoot, this game is changing, because when I came out, I ran a 4.59, and that was considered fast.
Yeah.
For my size. They're like, damn, you ran a 4.59, like, my goodness. And these guys were getting heavier and faster. I'm like, that's just simple math when you go, it takes mass to move mass. Well, mass plus speed that equals chaos. That equals chaos. And so, no, I don't think any of the guys are the Ninja Warrior. And that's not a knock to the athleticism. It's just, you hit one of those guys, they're going to break.
Akbar, really appreciate the time. Everyone, check out Experian.
Yep.
Make sure you go.
Sorry.
Other side.
Don't be trying to get my
Don't go try getting this card now. Come on now. Experian Boost. Boost, baby.
Yep.
Hey, thank you so much,
Akbar
man.
Gbajabiamila,
Yep.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
your
Appreciate
time.
it. Thank you.
Hey, have a good one. Thanks, man. Hey, take it easy.
All right. Take it easy, Akbar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was great. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
That guy does everything.
Wow.
That guy
Phenomenal.
does everything.
Wow.
You think he could do American Ninja Warrior?
I would have to give it a shot.
I believe in you.
I would have to give it a shot. I think I could do it. It's a lot of training, and I am an athlete, so so especially when we do have to train when we play a certain sport. So it's like basketball. I'm running up and down the court, basically, doing suicides.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, the worst. Yeah,
Suicides,
we're always
dude.
doing
Oh,
suicides,
man.
like during practice, we gotta do suicides. We have to do layup drills. We have to do. We're playing full court, up and down, 5-on-5. It's physical.
Yeah. Man.
And you have to be able to take the brunt of the punishment, when you're out on the court. You can get bumped, you can basically get hurt. It's like I said, Sterling, you have to be able to take the brunt of the punishment.
Yeah. That's not me. I'm not taking the brunt of the punishment. That's not my style, Malcolm.
It's not your style.
I think American Ninja Warrior might be more my speed than going over the middle or getting hit by Akbar.
Now, let's say you're on A&W, right?
A&W root beer?
No, A&W American Ninja Warrior, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say you're
yeah.
on there, and you're doing the obstacle course. Would you be able to finish every single part of that course?
No, zero chance I could, Malcolm. Zero chance I could.
Chance?
Yes. But guess what we have right now, Malcolm?
Oh yes, we have Saquon Barkley and Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. We are here, unified coverage of the Super Bowl with Special Olympics and FanSided. Joined now
I'll be the one
by
to hold the
two
mic.
giants. Saquon wants the mic. Saquon wants it. They're brought to you with Marriott Bonvoy to give two members the ultimate VIP weekend at Super Bowl 58 in
you guys
Las
doing today?
Vegas.
We're doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed to be here with my man. It's my man's birthday today.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Saquon.
Saquon.
Thank you
That's
so
great.
much.
Birthday
Thank you.
in Vegas.
today.
Yeah.
How
Tommy.
about that?
Tommy, you taking him out or?
Yeah, we're gonna get some dinner. We'll have a good time.
Nice. Awesome.
What do you guys do with Marriott?
So yesterday, actually, with Marriott, we had they had two winners come out, and we played golf. Thanks to my coach over here, I was a little but he was holding it down, and it was a good time. We had two people come out, and it was a great time. Minus the wind. It was a little windy yesterday, but besides that, we had a really good time.
It was the ultimate VIP experience. It was fun to get out there with the members. It was a good way to introduce the golf season. I don't think any of us was shooting a record low, but we had fun. We had a blast, and anytime you can go out there on a golf course, it was a beautiful golf course, and just spend quality time with those members. It was special.
Do you both have a favorite course you play? A favorite golf course?
I would probably say for me, I played a lot of really good. Liberty's the first one to come to my mind, just because of the view of the city. So I'll go Liberty.
What about you, Tommy?
I'm not a giant golfer, but I'll tell you what, the course that we went to yesterday was pretty dope. It was in the middle of the desert, first of all. It popped up in the middle of nowhere. They had the mountains in the background with like the snow on top. I was like, yeah, I don't see that in Jersey. So that was a cool experience.
At the NFL Honors last night, you did that little sketch right there with Keegan-Michael Key. How was that? The Goodfellas.
I can hold it, bro.
You can hold that one.
You can hold that one.
He's not used to handing it
I know,
off.
birthday, and I'm the one
his
holding
birthday. Yeah, it was an awesome experience. That's somebody that I've kind of grew up watching. All the skits, all the funny stuff they were doing. I always think about the substitute teacher thing.
Yeah.
But so when they brought the idea to me a couple days ago, I was like, yeah, I'm game. Kind of ran through it, and then it was just fun and easy. He's a really cool dude. It's someone that I kind of was happy to meet, I'll say, because I don't know if I'm gonna run into him again. So it was just a really cool overall experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's transition back to football. Tommy, Saquon, you can answer this one. What makes Tommy such a great leader on and off the field?
I would say just his swagger and confidence. It's rare to see, a rookie at any level, but just think about an undrafted quarterback that is just thrown into the fire. And the second he got into the huddle, you could just feel his confidence. You could just feel his swagger. And when you have that, you want to rally behind a guy like that. And we're able to streak some wins together, and it was fun. It was fun to be a part of it. And I think he showed that, he might have been undrafted, but he's here to stay. He has a lot of talent, and I believe he could be a future starting quarterback in the league.
Yeah, Tommy, what was that like for you? The first couple of games, you were thrown into the fire, and then all of a sudden, you hear some stuff on the media, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then you take off. You had a great stretch to end the year. What was it like when you first got the starting quarterback nod and the transition from, again, how you got better as the season went on?
Yeah, the transition was easy, honestly, just because of guys like Say, a lot of the veterans in the locker room that kind of, supported me and told me like they had my back. Like, yeah, I like to think like I have a good amount of confidence and swagger, which I think is needed at the quarterback position. But at the same time, like to have guys like Saquon, Barkley, and all the vets like Dex in the locker room, just like, let it be known that they have your back, just lets you go out and play with that much confidence. And then obviously when you have some positives going on in the field, everything just grows off of that and everything rallies around it. But, it's all testament to those guys. And handing this guy the ball makes my job a lot easier. Helps the defense soften up a little bit for the pass game, so I appreciate it for that. But, yeah, it's all testament to the guys in the locker room.
Justin Pugh had a pretty fun story about your confidence level yesterday. You guys were both in the practice squad together when he originally signed. And he goes, typically they're all reserved, and he's the leader because he's been the veteran. And he goes, no, man, Tommy had that thing going. Tommy came up, he was automatically the leader. Everyone just looked right towards you. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Justin Pugh's a really cool dude. This is my obviously first time meeting him, but he's been in the league for a long time for a reason, obviously. And he has just that veteran. I think that's what helped the offense and the team, especially like when he became a part of the team. I think that helped the offense propel just because that gave the offensive line a guy to look up to, that really old guy that's really been in the league for a while and just has that standard at all times. So I think that helped the group, and especially for me, like all he talks about on the scout team, we can talk about that. He's like, it all starts with the break. As soon as you break the huddle, it all starts with the break. He talks about it all the time. Like you break that huddle confidence, everybody's on the same page. That's just one step in the right direction. So it all starts with the break.
Do you both have a memorable moment playing together this season?
I do.
For me, we were playing Washington, and we had a play design where I kind of had like a double move, and I've been asking for that for so long, and I just remember looking at him, and I'm like, hey, bro, look off the safety, hold the safety for me, and he looks at me like, what it looked like, do you think, like, what do you think of me? Like, he was like, bro, I got you. Don, to.
Yeah, so that's the exact same play that I'm thinking about. So it goes back to during camp, actually. It actually worked out kind of perfect. Going back to camp, I was the 3. I would throw to the running backs and tight ends while, DJ and Ty would throw to the receivers. So, like, all of my reps would be with the running backs, tight ends. So we would throw that route all the time throughout camp. So as soon as they called it, we did, one-on-one reps every time. So as soon as they called it, I'm like, oh, it's up. I'm like, say, just roll. Yeah. He was like, trust me. I was like, bro, I'm trusting you. You're putting it up. As soon as they called the play, touchdown, it was like perfect how it ended. But that was my favorite play this season.
Awesome.
Saquon, I knew you grew up a Jets fan. So what was it like when the Giants drafted you? You can't be bummed you're going to the NFL, but still, it's a little bit of like a, dang, that's the wrong team in New York.
Yeah, I couldn't be mad because I was the number 2 pick of the NFL draft.
You can't be bummed.
The Jets were 3. I don't know if they would have taken me if the Giants didn't, but it's fun. It's fun growing up being a Jets fan. My dad's a super big Jets fan. When we play the Jets, my dad wears a Jets jersey. He roots for his son, though, obviously. But sadly,
Tom, that means he's rooting against you. He's rooting for his son.
Sadly, as a Jets fan growing up, there was a lot of times where the Jets weren't good and not even in the playoffs, and the Giants would be in the playoffs. So when the Jets weren't in the playoffs, I would root for the other New York team. So I end up being in New York, which is a dream come true.
Hey, Tommy, I want to ask you, how did you choose your run-out music to The Sopranos, and are you a super fan of the show?
I did not choose the music. I didn't even know that was going to happen until it did happen. I don't know, whoever chose that, I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, I am a fan of The Sopranos. I watched it multiple times over and over. The Sopranos house is right next to mine, right down the street, so that's kind of that. Have you watched The Sopranos?
I've never watched it. That's a show, right?
Oh man, he's siding
we got to
hard,
tap in.
Saquon.
I'll get him right. Don't even worry about it.
He's going to show you.
We're going to get him right. We're going to get him.
When you look forward to next year, what are you guys most excited about? For you, obviously going into your second year, there's a little uncertainty there. We'll see what goes on the quarterback position. But for you guys playing again, another season under your belt, I think there's a lot of expectations going next year with the Giants. What's this look like for you guys?
Yeah, so for me, I'm kind of treating it just how I did last year. A lot of uncertainty. Not sure what's going to happen. The only thing I can do is keep my head down and work. And, when the opportunity presents itself, just go out there and just try to do my best, enjoy it, have fun, just be myself. That's really it, because you never know what's going to happen. They can go draft somebody, don't draft. I don't know. I don't make any of those decisions. I'm just here, play ball, do your thing, and that's that.
Yeah, kind of in the same boat. Control what I can control. Always have the right mindset and work hard, push others, and, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on your season as a rookie, Tommy? And is there some things you could work on?
Yeah, of course. There's so many ups and downs throughout it. Obviously, it all happened fast, kind of got thrown into it, but, it was in a good way. There's so many things that I've just been watching film on. It's like so many little things that I can correct, but at the same time, it was like there was just so much going on. I was just trying to take stuff in from everywhere as well as be the leader. There's just a million things going on, which is kind of like, at the time, I'm like, okay, I'm there, but now that I've had time to step away and reflect and really see, how everything went down and how I was playing, there's certainly a tremendous amount to be able to clean up. But I think it was a decent start.
So we got Tommy Cutlets. What's your go-to nickname for Saquon?
Say.
Say?
Let's say, yeah.
Quadzilla? Tiger Woods.
Never heard that one.
I've never heard that one. But if we're ever on the course again, that one's going to come out.
Hey, Saquon, Tommy, really appreciate it.
I will say yesterday, the first drive of the day, we lost the ball. That ball went.
Tommy and Saquon, really appreciate you guys hopping on today.
Thank you.
Hey, and thank you again to Marriott Bonvoy. Again, the ultimate VIP experience right there.
And
thank
happy
you guys.
birthday again, Saquon.
Happy birthday, Saquon. Fun birthday in Vegas, huh? Don't Don't do what I did last night. Right. Don't lose on the blackjack table.
Nah, we don't do that.
You guys are smart.
That was fun. Tommy
great.
and Saquon were fun to talk to, Sterling. They were fun.
They were awesome, man.
They were awesome. They were fun.
I think they liked Tiger Woods, though.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one right there.
That is a pretty good one, Sterling. Absolutely.
I don't know what I did there. That might be one that gets busted out in the team locker room.
Right.
Tiger Woods. You know,
Tiger Woods.
if you don't like that nickname, well, you got it, man. Can't believe it's his birthday.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I didn't. I was shocked you didn't start singing to him.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
I just, I just didn't, I felt like, just saying happy birthday, was just a better segue,
It could be. You could just wish you happy birthday. Do you have a good singing voice, Malcolm?
Yeah, I do.
You do have a good singing voice?
I do.
What's your go-to song to sing?
Happy birthday to you.
See, you could have done it. You could have sang that.
How are y'all doing?
What's
Good.
going
How
on,
you doing?
Steve?
Nice seeing
Nice seeing you,
Sterling.
Steve.
Sit down. I don't want to trip on any wires here.
Oh, you're golden.
Y'all catch me?
Well, he's in front of me.
Yeah. We got Steve Avila jumping on Sack in the Box right now.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Steve?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Are you promoting anything out here?
I wish I was. No.
Promoting Steve,
No,
baby.
I probably could have, but I just, wanted to be present, here.
Want to talk some ball.
Yeah,
That's
let's
what
do
I
it, man. Let's do it.
So you obviously you played at TCU. You started every game your rookie season this year with the Chargers. With the Rams, excuse me. What was it like being the only guy to play every single offensive snap this season?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely, it was one of my goals, going in to at least leave a mark, my rookie season. I knew what was expected out of me when I got drafted.
Yeah.
So it definitely means a lot. I mean, I've played a lot of ball. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot this year. And hopefully I can, build off of that next year.
Do you plan to stay at left guard, obviously? I mean, you moved around a lot, especially in college as well. Is that where you're most comfortable, or you're kind of like
I mean, honestly, it's really dictated off of what I did last. Like,
sure.
When I was coming off the year of playing center, I would have said center was my,
Sure.
So,
sure.
I mean, I always like to do what's asked of me. I never have any gripes, so I'll do what's asked of me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
At TCU, transitioning from when you played at TCU to the Rams, what was that toughest transition?
Oh, man. Just the speed of the game, I guess. People always talk about that, but you don't really realize it until you're going against Aaron Donald. Yeah. So it's so funny because one of the first practices that I went against him, I got spanked. And in my head, I'm like, if this is anything of what I'm going against, I'm in trouble. But, I mean, what comes with practice, I mean, you start learning things, and I feel like that's what happened this year. I've learned a lot from going against him and Kobe Turner, who I felt like we both, have gotten better as the season went on. So, yeah.
Who's the toughest guy you had to block this year?
A lot of people ask me that, and it's tough to say because I feel like everybody gave me their different problems.
Sure.
I always say that I had tough groups to go against.
Yeah.
Like I think one of our worst games was going against Dallas.
Okay.
That game gave me mental problems afterwards. It's one of those where you look in the mirror and like, do I suck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you talk about having mental toughness. That's when you have to start bouncing back because I think the next game we went against the Packers.
Yeah.
And at least for a quarter, I was I had to get back into the groove of not being so timid with what I was doing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What advice do you have for college athletes that are getting that are going to come into the NFL? What advice would you have for those high school to college athletes?
I mean, you got to stay on the grind. I mean, a lot of people think of NFL and they start thinking of money. That is one of the last things that I thought about. I mean, you have to put in the work to get here. And, what comes with being on a team is the money. And you have to be on a team first.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to get, cloudy with, oh, I'm projected to go here or there. You got to put in the work, and even high school to college. It's the same exact thing. So, yeah.
What was it like at TCU? You were on that great team down there, obviously with Max, Quentin.
Yeah.
What was that like? Again, I'm a Mizzou guy, Mizzou alum.
Okay.
So I root for the non-Bamas, the
Yeah.
non-Georgias, Ohio State. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we'll take that tier down.
Uh-huh.
But it's awesome seeing the success. What was that season like for you?
It definitely meant a lot to me. There was a period of time where if I would talk about it, I'd probably start tearing up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was there for 5 years. I've seen a lot. Man, a lot of adversity hit the people that I was with. And for the last year, a lot of the guys that were going to graduate decided to come back.
Yeah.
And that just showed me how dedicated they were
Yeah.
to putting their all into this last season. And I feel like that's what happened. You know, it was a very emotional time, you know, for all of us, just to know how much we've been through
Right.
and to do what we did just means a lot to me. So, yeah.
Man, Steve, which player or coach was the most instrumental in helping you adjust to and excel in the NFL this year?
I wouldn't really point out one guy, and I know I've said that a lot. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
But it's true.
It's true.
I mean, it was a collective group. I mean, because we drafted 14 rookies, so all of us needed to contribute. And I feel like the offensive line that we had, they, you know, all took me under their wing. They gave me advice and all that stuff. And I just feel like we have such a great coaching staff that everybody, you know, I have no complaints with anybody, and they've definitely put us all in position to succeed.
What's Sean McVay like as obviously just an offensive mind? I mean, he's very unique, and we've seen time and time again different iterations of the Rams with Sean McVay there at least. There's going to be some offensive success. What does he ask of an offensive lineman?
He just wants to be on the same page. It's such a I've never one of the best coaches I've been with.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been in the league 1 year.
Best
Doesn't really
coach
mean
you
I'm
could-
but no, it's just he loves to collaborate with everybody. Like, it's an open floor when we're in walkthrough. He asks people, hey, what do you think about this? And I just feel like that's such an amazing thing to have as a player, you know, because he wants to get everybody's insight on how things are done. So he knows so much, and he knows what's best for all of us offensively, and I feel like that's why we had a lot of success.
I want to ask you, like, playing at SoFi Stadium, what's that atmosphere like at SoFi? I mean,
It's amazing. So my first time playing in SoFi, I got blown out 60 to 7 in the national championship.
Right.
So you know, I got drafted. The one thing I told myself was that I'm never gonna let that happen again. But it's an amazing stadium. I mean, it is obviously newer, but I honestly think it's one of the most beautiful stadiums there. We have such awesome fans that make that environment just such amazing. I always take pictures every time I'm on the field before the game starts, just to have memories of it. So yeah,
I would love to go to a game out in SoFi, out in Inglewood. I've always wanted to go to a Rams home game. I need to experience one. It will just be phenomenal. It's on my bucket list of stadiums to go to.
Oh, for sure.
Because it looks amazing. You know, just seeing it. I mean, when you watch, you know, when I'm watching you guys, you know, back home in Florida, I'm like watching you guys, you know, just the stadium is just amazing.
Oh yeah, I think we played Thursday against the Saints. That was probably the best. It was Thursday night. That was probably the best atmosphere. So if you do catch a game, and you got to catch a night game. It was amazing.
I would
It
love
was
to catch a
amazing.
night
I
game,
loved
man.
that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
What's it like blogging for Matt Stafford? I mean, he's such a unique quarterback with some of the arm angles as well. I know he's not the most mobile guy, but I think for the most part, unlike Mahomes, you have no idea where he's going to be.
Yeah,
Lamar,
for sure.
no idea what that drop's going to be like.
Yeah.
Stafford, you might have a little more understanding. Has that helped you your rookie season as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's played a lot of. I mean, I'd never say this out loud, but I watched him when I was like 11.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so crazy. But one of the things that I told myself when I first got there is I do not want to get this guy hurt. Like, it would physically hurt me internally to get this guy hurt. And I did a pretty good job of not letting it happen. There was a couple times, and I do have a story that I probably won't share because it is pretty long. But
well, you got time if you want to have some fun with it.
Have some fun with this, Steve.
If you want to have some fun, Steve, we're here.
Okay.
We're here.
All right. Y'all want to hear the story?
Let's hear it.
Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
It's kind of
Absolutely.
embarrassing, but it's pretty funny. But so we played the Seahawks the second time. We installed this play that USC ran that week before. It was a trick play, and it takes forever. I think it's a handoff to the receiver. The receiver turns back, throws it to the quarterback, and then he chucks it downfield. But before we ran that play, some stuff happened on the other sideline where one of our guys got body slammed. So I ran all the way over there, and I'm just talking, letting them have it. So the next play, we run the trick play, and a lot of stuff happened, and you have to block forever.
Yeah.
And ultimately, what ended up happening is someone had came around and my guy,
Of course.
absolutely obliterated Matthew, and I felt so bad. When you talk about like how I just told you, I felt so bad because he threw an interception too. And then after me talking mess, all the players came to me. And then I'm walking off, and I was on the bench. I'm like, dude, I feel like crap. And that's just, I mean, it's a motivator for me. I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So, I try my best to keep that guy clean.
Well, I'll say you had to run so far, you were tired.
No. That was the last thing. That was the last thing. If y'all see the play, y'all are gonna know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of Matthew Stafford, Steve, I want to get you out of here on this. What makes Matthew Stafford such a great leader on and off the field?
Oh man, he's played a lot of ball. I mean, he knows what it takes. He has a Super Bowl ring. He's been on the Super Bowl team, and when you have that kind of leadership of someone who can command and lead people, you're going to have a good team. So I've been fortunate enough to be blessed around a bunch of guys like that, especially him. I don't think I'd want anybody else back there but him. So, yeah.
Is it, as an offensive lineman, when you're getting drafted, I don't know if you think of this at all. The Rams, obviously, they throw the ball a lot. Obviously, the emergence of Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. We know offensive linemen typically like to run block, right? So I think some guys are like, yeah, put me in Tennessee. Put me in New England. I want to run 80% of the time.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on run block versus pass block difference? The change from college to the NFL in this, the nuances here.
I feel like for run blocking, I feel like pass blocking is the hardest transition.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, with run blocking, that's just pure brute force. You know what I mean? You can have some big 6'7" dude just run through someone. It takes technique, but not as much technique as pass blocking. There's a lot of different stuff. It's an art. It literally is. Yeah. And when you actually watch, it's a fight. You think of boxing. That's exactly what it is. And there's a lot of different things that offensive linemen can do that just shows you like their technique. And that's the best thing about playing offensive line. So I do feel like pass blocking is a big difference, from college to NFL.
I'm trying to get every offensive lineman on board with this. It started off as a joke, and now I want it to be serious. Fantasy football for offensive linemen. Okay, I get tired sometimes of Matt, and I get tired of fantasy football. You're like, this guy. I'm like, but what about the trenches? What about the offensive line? We got to give him some love.
I don't know what stat we could possibly have. Like, I mean, you could have like pancakes and like knockdowns and stuff. There could be something that you could come up like times the guy was held in front. I don't know.
How many seconds he held up?
Right. Yeah. You'd think that would happen. I feel like that would definitely put a lot of us in a position to have as much publicity as a receiver or a running back. And I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, I feel like Jason Kelsey has done a good job.
He's done a great job
with marketing for offensive linemen. So that's definitely the goal. I feel like a lot of offensive linemen have different personalities. So, hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah. Well, Mitchell,
go ahead.
Very quickly, I'm sorry, because for Kansas City, Mitchell Schwartz, right? Mm-hmm. This is kind of how the idea populated. 5-time All-Pro, never made a Pro Bowl. In my opinion, one of the best right tackles of all time. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't get the publicity, especially nationally, and it makes me upset by that.
Yeah.
So this is how the idea came about. So because of Mitchell Schwartz, I'm trying to start
for sure. I mean, look, you got to do your best to get your personality out there.
Yeah.
And I try to showcase that on the field.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So, yeah. Did you have anything?
Yeah, I want to ask one other thing real quick before you head out, Steve. If you had one NFL legend that you would love to go up against, who would that be?
Oh my gosh, that is a good question. I know I keep bringing up Aaron Donald. That's not my answer, but I'm telling you, it's been such a blessing going against someone like him. So I don't know. That's maybe. I mean, I know he plays defensive end. Maybe Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I feel like Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
I want to see how different the game was, back then. I can't really think of anybody right now, but I mean, those two guys, it would definitely be awesome, going against those two guys.
Steve Avila, guard for the LA Rams.
Thanks for your time today, Steve.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey,
definitely had some fun, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
Great stuff.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Steve Avila, guard for the
LA
Rams. 14 rookies last year.
Yeah.
That's success. He's a big reason why. Again, it's a big reason. I mean, large human being Steve is. Oh, man. Awesome, yes.
Awesome,
I
Steve.
appreciate you guys.
Thanks, dude.
Absolutely, Steve.
Take
See
it
ya,
easy,
bud.
man.
Take it
See
easy.
ya.
Appreciate it. Man, that's fun. Good for Steve. I love talking with offensive linemen. I'm not kidding
I
about.
love talking offensive linemen too.
I'm not even.
And I'm so glad I got that question.
I am too. That's a great question.
Yeah,
Great question.
yeah.
When it comes to fantasy football for offensive line, I'm now seriously considering trying to start this. Seriously considering.
Let me ask you the same question I asked Steve. If you could only pick one NFL legend, who would you go up against?
Who would I go up against?
Yeah?
Oh man, I want to play defensive end and go around Willie Roaf because I know I couldn't do it. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Guys, we have breaking news. Breaking news. Huge news. The biggest news. Might be bigger than the Super Bowl itself. We have now reached $1,000.
Yeah. Yes.
Patrick, come here. Show your face. Patrick Allen.
Patrick now has
Show
to
your
get the
face.
tattoo Joker now.
We can't hear you, Patrick.
Speak up.
You
Speak up.
do, talking for a living. You think you know how
Speak
microphones
up, Patrick.
work.
Speak up.
I would challenge all of you to put yourselves out there for a good cause like Special Olympics, even if it means you have to get a tattoo of some kind,
Yeah.
of some size on your body. No, seriously though, you guys are unbelievable. Thank you to everybody that donated. That's really cool. Don't stop now. Keep it coming. I'm not going to make any more promises because I've learned a very valuable lesson. But it's pretty awesome of you guys to rally around what we're doing here. I know it means a lot to everybody at Special Olympics, us here at FanSided, and I know Malcom as well. So thank you, everybody. You guys are the best.
Thank you, STP. Thank you, STP, so much.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
this is amazing.
We started off as a funny idea,
Yeah,
Malcolm.
became a brilliant idea.
Great cause.
Great cause.
Great cause. What was that?
Thanks to
The Thunderbirds. Thank you to the Thunderbirds.
Thank you
honestly.
to the Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you, Thunderbirds, very much. That was amazing.
Without them,
Yeah,
the
without
idea
them,
never would have hatched.
Happened. Would have came through the woodwork.
And now we have it, Malcolm. $1,000 later.
Yes.
Donated for the Special Olympics.
Yes.
And Patrick, the man.
And
I don't know if you're a myth, but you are a legend.
he is a legend.
I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Patrick. When is, we can't hear you again, you don't have the microphone. It's okay, I can say whatever I want because you can't refute what I'm saying right now. When's this going to happen, by the way? When is the
When
actual?
are you gonna get that tattoo?
He is saying TBD, baby on the way. That sounds like an excuse. I don't like excuses, guys. I actually just like results. Okay, he's sounding a lot like the Eagles last year complaining about the field conditions, a little bit like the 49ers this year complaining about,
You had to get
the
that in.
soft field. He's got, 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks needs to be the cutoff date on this. 2 weeks.
He has enough time to get that done in 2 weeks. Yeah.
He says maybe NFL draft shows. Can we live stream this, Patrick? We're live streaming this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's live stream that. Oh, absolutely.
Again, thank you guys all. Seriously, thank you guys for your
Thank
donations.
you guys so much for your donation for Special Olympics. That means a lot. That means a lot to the organization, not just for me as an athlete, but to all the athletes out there, that participate in Special Olympics. That means a lot to us. So thanks so much, guys.
Some news around the NFL. Julius Peppers, Dwight Freeney, they lead the 2024 Hall of Fame class.
Awesome.
A lot of guys. Dwight Freeney, Patrick Willis, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Randy Gradishier, Steve McMichael. Really cool, man. You got to see that last night, actually, Malcolm.
Yeah.
You were there and
I
saw.
was there last night, and NFL Honors, the red carpet, like I said last night, was unbelievable.
I am
And
slightly surprised.
It also looks like that Chris Boomer, Boomer Berman, picked the winner for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He did.
he did.
He
Picked,
did.
he picked the Chiefs, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He picked the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I was a little surprised that Devin Hester got in as a return man, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was going to be a special teamer that got in. Now I wonder if it opens a door for a Dante Hall. If it opens a door for honestly, an interesting one, Cordero Patterson, that I think a lot of people don't think about.
Right, Cordero Patterson, who played for the Vikings and for the Raiders.
But like when you excel in special teams,
and also for the Falcons.
Yeah, but I mean, Devin Hester was obviously the greatest return man of all time. But if Dante Hall was second, if Cordero Patterson's in the top 3, I wonder what their odds would be.
Right.
You know, again, probably fairly slim, but this opens the door.
Yeah, it does.
There's a crack in the door. Can they slide one foot in to get that door open?
And the kicker, Avila Terry, is a candidate for the Hall of Fame class of 2025.
Yeah, and not many kickers. 2 kickers, Morton Anderson, Jan Stinnerud, I believe, are the only 2 kickers.
Yeah.
In the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Morton Anderson and Jan Stinnerud.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct on that, Sterling. Good segue there.
Getting ready to be joined now
by Brandin
Stephon
Cooks and Stephon Gilmore.
Yes, sir. How we doing, fellas?
We are doing very, very well.
Let's do it.
Man, I like your guys' outfits over here.
I appreciate it.
I like those. Nice.
I'm digging the outfits for both of you guys today.
No, I appreciate it.
I know you guys are here also with He Gets Us.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
talk more about this?
Yeah, He Gets Us. It's one of those things talking about really loving your neighbor. Loving those around you. And who is your neighbor? It's not guys, people that look like you, that talk like you, but people that's maybe a little foreign to how you talk, how you look. And that's all it was about, just spreading the love, no matter what's going on, no matter what you look like. And I'm just blessed to be able to be a part of this campaign and kind of display that love to everyone else around me.
Brandin and Stephon, I want to ask you both, was there a team or a player that was difficult for you guys to go up against this season?
In my mind, I don't never think a player too difficult. Even if we lose, I don't think the team was too difficult. It was just not our best day. That's the way that I look at it.
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. But I had to give Tyreek Hill his credit. He's fast, but he fast on film, but he faster in person. So he was a good player.
Obviously, with the Bills and Cowboys playing for both teams, what are the differences between those fan bases? Obviously, the Cowboys, and even just ownership-wise, Jerry Jones, most involved owner in the NFL, a little more hands-on, a little unique. What are the biggest differences there?
I just think, the Bills fans, they more like, old school, blue-collar fans. That's all it is to do in Buffalo is be a Buffalo fan. So it ain't much going on.
Yeah.
And those fans been there for years. And I think the Cowboy fans is more, more worldwide.
Yeah.
And I think, they travel. You may see a Cowboy fan in, I don't know. They everywhere. I feel like every away game we went to, it was like a home game. So they travel well. So they both have great fan bases.
Yeah.
If you both had a nickname growing up, what was it? And did your nickname influence the one you have now?
Oh.
I mean, mine was just Gilly.
Gilly Lock?
That's it, really. I mean, that's it stuck with me the whole way, so that was mine.
What about you, Brandin?
Yeah, the Archer, and obviously, it still sticks with me. You're shooting them arrows. Yeah.
How did that come about?
My faith is my foundation. So, one of my favorite Bible verses, it's an opportunity to be able to, give God glory just in a different way. So Psalm 144:6, absolutely.
Do you guys go up against each other a lot in practice? And if so, who wins the majority of those times?
So here we go. You trying to start a problem. You trying to start. No, we have. Obviously, we played in New England together. I remember, we was battling a lot there in practice just because of the way our camps and stuff were structured, even throughout the year, throughout the season. And then obviously playing with each other this past year, battling. But it's one of those things that, he'll get some, I'll get some, but it sharpens each other's blade, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You both play for the Cowboys. Did you both have a favorite Cowboys player growing up?
For me, it was Dion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, my dad, that's all he talked about. just me seeing him play. That's one of the reasons I wanted to play cornerback because, you know, he was the elite, as everybody know, and you know he was the best at it. So.
What about you, Brandon?
You know, for me, I grew up a Niner fan, so it was hard for me to like anybody growing up from the Cowboys. But a lot of respect for obviously Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith are the two, and then Troy Aikman. I got a lot of love for as well.
Does that mean you're rooting against the Chiefs? Does that mean you're going Niners?
No. I'm not rooting for any of this. I'm in the league now. Once we out the league or whatever, one day, years from now, I'll go back to rooting for somebody. Yeah, no doubt.
When it comes to you guys' success, you've had it everywhere you've gone. I mean, the fact you've had 1,000-yard seasons for all these different teams is absurd to me. Different schemes, different systems, absurd to me. A lot of times, you know, a guy's great in some system, with some team, they switch, big drop-off. Not for you guys. How have you both been able to have so much success anywhere you guys go?
Yeah, work ethic. That's what it comes down to. Being willing to never be outworked. And not making any excuses. That's always just been my mindset. No matter who's throwing the ball, go make the play, work hard, and be the best that you can be, and let everything else, you know, kind of take care of itself.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, just being consistent and, you know, not resting on what you did last year, you know, proving yourself each and every year. And I just think just not being one-dimensional, you know, being able to play man, zone, whatever.
What do you like playing better, man or zone?
I mean, I like man, but zone here and there. It depends on the down and distance. But like I said, some guys one-dimensional, and I just try to, you know, have an overall game, and so I can play in any system.
So if you had a dream team of NFL legends you would build around, who would those NFL legends be?
Quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback, each possession.
Gotta go Joe Montana or Brady. Receivers?
Yeah.
I'm going Randy Moss and Steve Smith got to be on there.
Yep.
Running back, I'm going Walter Payton. Running back, Walter Payton. Tight end, that's a tough one. I'm going either Gronk or Tony Gonzalez. Left tackle, Trent Williams.
Yeah.
Or Laramie Tunsil. And who am I putting in the slot?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Slot receivers.
Slot.
Yeah.
I gotta put. Yeah, that's a tough one. Now I'm gonna have to pass it and let him go defense.
What about you, Stephon?
Defense?
Yeah.
Where are we going first?
Linebackers, no linebackers.
Going Ray Lewis.
Guard. Yep.
I got to name 3 linebackers, huh?
Yeah.
Ray Lewis. I'm going.
Malcolm, you put him on the spot here.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis.
I did.
Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
I need a cover linebacker. Who we got?
Go to DB.
Go to DB. I'm going to DB. Okay, safety, Ed Reed, free.
Yeah.
And I'm going strong safety.
Yep.
I'm going Brian Dawkins. And then corner, I'm going Dion. Other corner, I'm going Champ Bailey.
Awesome.
In the nickel, I'm going Rondé Barber.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then who we got? DN. That's it. I gotta get some DN. I gotta get some pass rush.
Yeah, pass rushers. Who would your NFL legendary pass rushers be?
I'll tell you, I'm putting Aaron Donald in the middle.
Yeah, Aaron Donald in the middle. I'm going deep. Other one is what's his name? Green Bay.
Oh, Freeney?
No. He passed away.
Reggie White.
Reggie White. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I feel you get that's my outside linebacker.
Awesome.
All right.
DN. That's it.
good.
That's good.
Good job, guys.
I know you guys get out of here. Obviously, He Gets Us. Make sure everyone goes to He Gets Us. Is it HeGetsUs.com?
HeGetsUs.com. Everything is He Gets Us. X, Instagram. He Gets Us. and HeGetsUs.com.
Awesome. Before I let you guys go, how fun is it as Cam Newton walked over,
my guy,
saying
man.
hi?
That's
How
my
fun
guy.
is it for you guys seeing a lot of these other players that maybe you don't see a lot anymore? Maybe they've retired.
Yeah.
Is it really enjoyable for you guys?
It's
Or
cool. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, it's good, man, to see guys that you don't really spend that much time with unless they're on your team, and then see them. Because, you see them after the game, and then you fly into another city. So it's always good to see them at events like this.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you guys so
Appreciate
much.
you guys.
Appreciate it.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Stephon
Yeah, have
and
a
Brandon.
good one.
Thank you guys so much
No
today.
problem. Y'all have a good one, all right?
Yeah,
You
too.
too, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
And again, make sure you guys go to HeGetsUs.com. Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. Again,
Oh my gosh.
both those guys have been so
I'm
good.
so glad I put him on the spot. Like I came up with that question out of the just throwing it out there. Like
You were
just-
confusing them.
Yeah.
Malcom, you got him.
Yeah.
You stumped him.
Yeah.
Were you trying to stump him?
I was.
You were trying to stump him.
Yeah, it was. So if you had a dream team of NFL legends,
Ooh,
who would your dream team be?
that's a very, very good call. Derek Thomas, Bobby Bell,
Right?
Willie Lanier,
Yep.
Jaron Cherry. I'm not even Chiefs at this point. Come on.
Yeah.
No, it's a good question. It's tough. Yeah, I think Ray Lewis in the middle. Maybe Luke Kuechly you can make a case for it because I loved Luke Kuechly growing up.
My kicker would be Adam Vinatieri.
Bruce Smith, Lawrence Taylor. You got a lot of pass rushers there.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Donald is in the conversation. Honestly, I found it interesting. I do think Trent Williams you can almost get in the conversation at left tackle now. I really
Yeah,
do.
you really do.
When he said that you got to go older, I go, I almost think Trent Williams at this point, he has a serious case for the best left tackle of all time. I think he can make it at least.
How about a celebrity? If a celebrity was able, if you could throw it to one celebrity, who would you throw it to?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who would you throw it to?
If I had the opportunity, I would throw it to rest in peace, Regis Philbin.
Really?
Yeah, Regis Philbin.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Love the big hat, guys.
Yeah.
People walking around in big hats. If you guys don't know, you're the audio listener, look up the Brian Robinson big hats. There's been a lot of these big hats rolling around here. It's been pretty entertaining. I don't know who I would choose, man. That's a really good question. I would say Tyreek Hill would be fun, but I couldn't throw it that far, so I'd just be underthrowing him the whole time.
Right.
Travis Kelce, maybe?
Yeah.
Could be kind of fun.
Yeah. I would throw it sidearm.
You could throw it sidearm now.
Yeah, I would throw it sidearm just like Patrick Mahomes would. I would throw it sidearm to Regis Philbin, rest in peace. I would also throw it to, oh my gosh, I would love it to throw it to Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart would be great.
Yeah,
he'd be
Kevin
funny
Hart.
about it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He'd be funny about it. That'd be one celebrity I would throw it to.
Lamar Jackson won his second career NFL MVP award last night. It was nearly unanimous.
Yes.
He had 49 of the 50 first place votes, no second place votes, and then a third place vote.
He deserved MVP.
I think he did. The man that came in second was Dak Prescott. The man that came in third, Christian McCaffrey, and the man who was in fourth, none other than his teammate, Brock Purdy.
If you had to pick for MVP, Lamar Jackson or Christian McCaffrey, I would go Run CMC.
Yeah, I think I'd go McCaffrey too.
Yeah.
I thought what he did this year was
Yeah.
deserving.
Right.
I understand the value that a quarterback brings. I understand it's going to be more valuable than a running back just based on some of the analytical numbers. Same time, I thought what McCaffrey did was historic. And as good as Lamar Jackson was, I think that's kind of what I just said. He was good. I don't think he was necessarily elite this season because I don't know how many guys were elite this season. Even to an extent, Mahomes had slightly down year. Josh Allen had a slightly down year. And again, Lamar Jackson was good, but we've seen him have better seasons as well.
Right.
Dak Prescott getting second, a little bit of a surprise. Not a massive one, but maybe a little bit. Josh Allen was the man who came in fifth, and he was the only other guy who took that first place vote away from Lamar.
Yeah.
little surprising to see Josh Allen get that first place vote. Thought he was good. But again, I don't know if Josh Allen really was deserving, especially of a first place vote.
You also heard that there's going to be an international game next year in Madrid, Spain.
Yeah?
Yeah, there is. 2025.
Again, Tyreek Hill came in 6th, a little bit low there. Then Mahomes, 7th. Got to go all the way down before you get to a
Would you think Tyreek Hill would have been a little bit higher?
Yes, I did. But I think the injury really hurt him.
Right.
I think the injury, especially towards the end of the season, was really the reason why.
Right. I just think Tyreek Hill would have been a little bit higher. You know, if he didn't get hurt, it would have been higher, you know, in my mind.
Well, if you got 2K, I don't know how you don't make him the MVP.
Right.
Myles Garrett was the first defensive player on the list, coming in at 10th with 1 5th place vote.
How'd you feel about Joe Flacco getting comeback player of the year last night?
Yeah, that was tough for me, man. I understand if you want to take on-field performance into the equation, then I think clearly that makes a lot of sense. But same time, a man passed away on the field and came back and played again the next year.
Right.
So
if I had a vote for comeback player of the year, I would have went Baker Mayfield, you know, over Joe Flacco. Because Baker Mayfield, you have to remember, he played on a practice squad with Carolina. He was thrusted into the Rams last year and actually won on a Thursday night against the Raiders, if you remember.
Yep.
That Thursday night game against the Raiders, you know, when he played for the Rams last year. Came back and literally won that game. So, to me, if I would have had a vote, I would have went Baker Mayfield over Joe Flacco.
I would have too, actually. If you're going to use that route of you're not going Damar, I think I'm going with the guy who has done it more.
Right.
Who did it more and not just a third or a half of the season. Give me the guy who did it all year. Again, the Buccaneers weren't a great team.
Right.
But still, offensively, they were solid. And Baker Mayfield, I think, had a really good year.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield had a solid year. And I saw him in the wild card game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes. He would have had more if Mike Evans, you know, he dropped a few, which could have propelled the Buccaneers to get a bigger lead, but they didn't need those points because, you know, they were able to slow down Jalen Hurts all night long. They got pressure on Hurts when they were supposed to, and, you know, and they came up big when it mattered most.
I thought you were about to start singing all night long right there.
Yeah, from Lionel Richie.
You told me you got a voice. You told me you got some pipes there, Malcom.
I do. I'm saving my pipes, you know, for Sunday.
Oh, for Sunday.
For Sunday. I got to save my pipes there.
You got to save them for Sunday?
Yeah, I got to save it for Sunday. Not trying to give too much away.
A couple of comments to get to. Sean says Flacco deserved it. Sean, I agree with you on a lot of things, my guy. I would have gone Baker before Flacco.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would have gone. I've not decided, even though it's already been voted on, between Damar and Baker. I think it's a very difficult.
Sean, to me, I would have went the Baker route over Flacco, just because the way Baker Mayfield was able to come back this season for the Buccaneers. Don't get me wrong, Joe Flacco is a wonderful story, but to me, Baker Mayfield, clearly should have won Comeback Player of the Year in my mind.
Yeah. Another one. Oh, going back to the question of who you would like to throw to throughout history. Someone said Abraham Lincoln on a go route.
Wow.
What about that one? We're going historical.
Yeah, we're going historical.
Ben Franklin, maybe.
Or George Washington.
You think George Washington, that might be the guy you're going with?
Yeah, that'll be my guy, George Washington.
I did find it very interesting today. It was last night or today. Last night, the Jets owner really got into Zach Wilson. Yeah, Woody Johnson got into the team as well as Zach Wilson. There was a red carpet interview he had with ESPN's Jeff Darlington.
And what did Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, have to say last night?
Well, in regards to Zach Wilson, he did say you need to have a backup quarterback. We didn't have a backup quarterback last year. Pretty wild thing to say. Really putting a lot of pressure on Robert Saleh, saying we have all this talent. We have to deploy talent properly. So I think they all got the message. This is it this is the time to go. We've got to produce this year. You're putting a lot of pressure right now on Robert Saleh, who, by the way, Robert Saleh, a defensive-minded head coach, now tasked to say he's going to concentrate on offense. He's got DC Jeff Ulbrich there to do the defense.
So
we've got special teams.
So what's your thought on Robert Saleh for the Jets? Do you think the Jets are going to win this upcoming year, or do you think they're probably another year or two away from actually truly competing in AFC with teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Ravens?
Well, I think if Rodgers comes back next year, there's a good chance of that, but that's a conversation for another time.
Right.
Who we got here now, Malcolm?
We got Chief Operating Officer Brian Ford of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How you doing today, Brian?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? That's the big thing.
I'm doing fantastic.
You're
as well,
nonstop.
Brian.
You've been up and down. What do you think of Vegas?
Vegas is amazing.
From what you've seen of it, you've been here interviewing everybody.
I've been interviewing everybody all week long, and it's been phenomenal. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me on, and it's great to see you. It was good to see you on the red carpet yesterday, too.
So let me get your thoughts on NFL Honors last night. Brian, share a little bit about that.
No.
What your thoughts were.
It's always a highlight of the Super Bowl to recognize people that have gone over and above, and the league does a great job. And the fandom in that arena last night was just unbelievable. All the fans from all 32 teams, and just the fans of the NFL. And that's really what gets me excited.
So you're Chief Operating Officer for the Bucs, obviously. Talk about the day-to-day operations. What is it that you do? And just speak a little bit about that.
Well, no, really, I have the distinct opportunity to kind of bring everybody together in our organization.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time we can be affected by what happens on the field,
right,
but we can't be dependent. So, we have to exceed our customers' expectations. If we could win championships every year, that would be it. But we're in the entertainment business,
right,
and we have fans, and they spend their hard-earned money to come out, and we have to give them a reason to come out, and it can't just be about wins and losses. So I get the distinct opportunity to pull people together, to try to listen, to try to create and reinvent ourselves each and every game, each and every day throughout the year, and just try to promote the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on behalf of the Glazer family and our whole organization. And it's a lot of fun. I work with remarkable people. I get to meet people like you and interact with military folks, with Special Olympics, with pediatric cancer, and to try to bring awareness. We have a platform that's very special that people come out and they want to hear what we have to say, and our athletes are fantastic. I heard you met our quarterback Baker Mayfield yesterday. He spotted you with that Buccaneer pin on the red carpet. I heard
you gave it to Malcolm.
Absolutely. yes.
So obviously, were the Buccaneers a team you grew up rooting for?
I tell my bosses, and they know the story, but I grew up in South Florida, so I was a diehard Dolphin fan. And I actually opened up in my prior career Joe Robbie Stadium, where the Dolphins, it used to always be Joe Robbie Stadium for me back in 1987. So I was a huge Dolphin fan, but then when an opportunity came about to come to Tampa in 1998 with the construction of Raymond James Stadium, I found myself here in Tampa, and after about 9 years, the Glazer family invited me to come work directly for them, and I've been in this role ever since, 17 seasons, and I've never looked back. So I'm a Buccaneer now.
So what impressed you the most this season about Baker Mayfield? Like, what impressed you most about him?
I go back to the day in training camp. You were there, I believe, and we had all the Special Olympic athletes come out, and just his interaction, on and off the field, he's been a true Buccaneer, and just from leading the locker room and the players and getting coaches excited and players excited and staff excited. So it's a lot about the X's and O's, but as the business guy, I like to see the fan interaction, and just what he did off the field is equally as important and impressive.
17 years. How have you seen it grown from your first year until now, obviously? What have been the bigger overarching changes you've seen?
It's just so many options. We live in paradise in Tampa, so people have a choice of what they do from an entertainment standpoint. And each and every day we have to, there's no long-term contract. We have to, keep reinventing ourselves, and, we have to keep up with the times, and it's a, younger generation. We're trying to bring younger folks in and try to give them a reason to come become Buccaneer fans. And it's an exciting process, but really it's the people, and it's technology. Technology is completely taken off to try to change the game day experience. And it comes down to customer service. And you got to wear my Super Bowl ring yesterday.
I did.
And I'm very proud of that.
Malcolm, you rocked that thing?
Yeah. I bought the Super Bowl ring yesterday from Brian at the.
Did it fit on you? I know you got some big hands.
I got some huge hands.
No, it fit. But I'm very excited and proud of that. But I'm equally as proud that 10 out of the last 12 years we've been #1 in overall customer satisfaction. And that just doesn't happen. That's something that the Glazer family's instilled. Customer service, it comes down to.
Service satisfaction, Brian.
Wow.
But there's that Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
It'll look good on your hand.
Look at that Super Bowl ring right there, Malcolm. Look at that. Look at that bad boy.
You're gonna hold it out like that. Show the camera. There.
Audio listeners can't see it, but this bad boy is 12 pounds. This bad boy. You don't want to drop it on your toe. That's a broken toe, Malcolm, if you drop that on your feet right now.
So, and you know what? I think you were actually at the game. Which game did you come out for?
I came out for the Eagles and Bucks wild card game.
Wild card game, and then earlier in the year, I wanted to get you out for
I went to the Saints Buccaneers game in the regular season.
Right. But we got to get the winning going.
Yeah,
we got to get the winning, right?
So, speaking of that, where do you see the Buccaneers heading into the offseason? Share about where do you see this team going into the offseason?
Well, into the offseason, I got to tell you, we work with Mr. Jason Lighton, our general manager, and his entire scouting department. And I tell you, they do a remarkable job in finding talent. How many rookies did we start last season? And next guy up, and when injuries happen, just phenomenal. So really, he's a magician. He's trying to figure out the pieces, where the holes, where the needs, and trying to work with our new offensive coordinator and Coach Bowles. It's going to be an exciting offseason.
Let me ask you for your Super Bowl preview here. Chiefs and Niners. Do you have an X factor that's going to be a difference outside of Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I have to go back, a few years earlier than that. Number 47.
Yeah.
You know who number 47 is?
John Lynch.
That's right. So the general manager of the 49ers, I think that's going to be the deciding factor because of that Buccaneer connection.
Do you have a final score prediction?
I'm a Buccaneer fan, so I don't get into that. But I do want to talk, the days of John Lynch and coming back. And
Absolutely.
You were there. You remember the uniform that we brought back this past year, the creamsicle.
Yes.
And that was a big hit.
Glorious.
Yes.
The
creamsicle. Well, I got something here I wanted to present to you. And it's one of those creamsicle jerseys.
I love it.
How about that?
Malcolm, for the
number
audio
one.
listeners, Malcolm now is getting a beautiful creamsicle.
You're going to have to put that on there, and we're going to have to get you to come out for our next creamsicle game there.
Yeah,
there you
Malcolm.
go. There you go. Number one, because you are number one in my heart.
Oh, man, this is amazing.
There you go.
Beautiful. Malcolm, that is awesome. The creamsicle. The best jersey in sports.
Jersey in sports right here.
And now you have your name on it.
Buccaneers. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best peaceful uniforms in the NFL.
There you go.
Down.
And now you're going to be wearing it, so you got to sport it now. You got to sport that. You got to sport it.
Absolutely, Brian.
Because that'll drive sales when they see you wearing it.
Yeah, there we go.
This is what I'm counting on. When they see, they're going to say they need to get one.
Yeah. Brian Ford, Chief Operating Officer of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Honor and privilege for you to come on with us today on Stacking in the Box. Thank you so much for your time today, Brian. Truly appreciate you, man. And what a true friend you've been in my life. And I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything you do. You're amazing. You're phenomenal. And I'm just so glad I get to be part of this family, and I'm just appreciative.
Well, that you are. You're part of the Buccaneer family and the Ford family, and we're very proud of you and what you've accomplished. You just keep going, and remember, there's nothing that you can't do.
Brian Ford, Chief Operating Officer of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks for your time today, Brian.
Thank you for the opportunity. All right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I will say that ring brings me a little bit of angst right there, because I know what team you had to beat, so
That's right.
pains me just a little bit here.
That's all right.
Why does it bring you so much angst, though, Sterling? Like,
Well, I thought the Chiefs had a good chance of winning that Super Bowl,
in
Malcolm.
2020?
Hey, I thought they did over the Buccaneers, and quite frankly, guess what? They got their butts kicked.
Yeah.
Did not end up very well for KC. But it ended up well for us, Malcolm.
Yeah.
This is a great time to do this,
Wow.
man. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, we're wrapping up, stacking the box for the last time here at Media Row. What a ride! What a week!
Yeah.
Me and Sterling, FanSided Special Olympics. Thank you, obviously, to Special Olympics and FanSided, for this partnership. It's been amazing. We're going to continue. We're going to continue to do more things in the future. Definitely more opportunities, and I'm just so grateful and appreciative for Sterling, for Richard, for Patrick, for Hunter, Amy, and Sean, and the FanSided team. This has been amazing. So I want to say thank you, FanSided, so much, for having me on this whole entire week as Unified Reporter.
Malcolm, this was a lot of fun, man. You got a great jersey as well, going home with that, and you're going to the game.
Yeah.
Very jealous of that. So, you have fun.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I gotta do more work on Sunday.
Yeah.
Pre-game, halftime, and post-game on the Arrowhead Addict podcast. Until then, we
Are out. Thank you guys so much.